Good evening, everybody. It's Tony from Iden Spirit. We've got a lovely evening of live questions that you can ask the wonderful Siobhan Bermingham. Before I introduce Siobhan, just a quick catch up really. We haven't seen anybody or been live for a while. Just to let you know, our next live Facebook sale will be next Friday, the 19th. At 7 p.m. So join us on Facebook.
Tony from Iden Spirit.
Sorry. You do that everyone we do. Hi Jodie, nice to see you.
Tell people to say hello because I don't know who's watching.
Yeah, so if you've just jumped on, hi Jen. If you just jumped on, say hi so we can see who's watching. Hi Kaz. And yes, so live Facebook sale next Friday at 7 on Facebook. We've been busy, Libby and I, all week uploading crystals to our website. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Kim. So yes, we've been doing lots behind the scene. I've been to B&Q and bought some more paint because, you know, what else do I do in lockdown but paint the shop? I think it's a tradition now, isn't it, Lib?
Yeah. And rearrange everything.
And rearrange everything because that's just what I do. And yeah. So hi, Robbie. Nice to see you. Hi, Lauren.
Could you tell them I haven't set up the event for the live yet, but yeah. I will.
Libby, as usual, is sat right here. There's a hand. Yeah, the event isn't on Facebook yet, but you guys know us. We'll pop it on soon and
say that you're coming and you could go into
the prize draw. Don't forget, guys, if you see the event, the live Facebook sale, click that you're going to the event, not just interested, but going, and then you go into a live draw. Hi, Holly. Nice to see you. So this evening's guest speaker is Siobhan Bermingham. And if you have any questions that you would like to ask her, pop them in the comments and we can ask her. Siobhan, over the last, sorry, the dogs are now fighting. Siobhan, over the last 10 years, has done a multitude of things. She's become an NLP practitioner. She does mindset coaching, hypnosis, lots of healing work. And what we're going to talk about this evening is her sound healing. She's a wonderful person and has some amazing stories to tell. So let me introduce Siobhan. There she is. Welcome.
Hi everyone. Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me as well. I'm privileged to be here.
You're welcome. It's so good. This is our first, this is your first kind of Iden Spirit event, isn't it really?
Yes.
Many, I hope. Definitely. So it's a bit of a funny story how we came in contact with each other, isn't it really? Would you like to tell it?
Yes, so I can tell part of it and then you can add on the rest. So I truly believe in the universe and energy, and some may say the law of attraction. So it's very interesting the way our paths crossed or recrossed in some cases. So I had a really strong calling for singing bowls, and it was quite random because I'd done coaching and interventional work and hypnosis for many years, over a decade with clients, and suddenly I just had this obsession. I was literally every night, hours on end, searching for singing bowls, and I wanted top quality ones. I didn't want anything that wasn't going to be of greatest service to clients. So then I came across this website, Iden Spirit, and something just felt good. So I just had a good feeling as soon as I looked at it. And then when I looked at the photos, I loved it. And I told my mum, there's this place, it's in Gloucester, it's perfect, near home, I'm going to go. And I just got a feeling I'm going to go there. I'm going to find my singing bowls. I just know it. And then I went in and we met, didn't we, Tony?
Yeah, I was on my own in the shop, and you were in there for, it was quite some time. We were playing all the bowls, and
yeah,
we just
everything. I love your shop.
I was at the hairdressers.
Oh, Libby was at the hairdressers. That's right. And
I got this root chakra singing bowl, which was the first one that I got. It's huge. I can show you all later. And I remember I was really nervous of it, to be honest, because it's like a crystal quartz one, but a larger version. And I didn't have space in my car. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, the last thing I want to do is invest in this and then break it on the way home. I was a bit scared of it because I'd never used them. And so Tony suggested, well, my partner isn't here right now, but my partner can drop it to your home. And I thought, I'm attached to this, but I don't want to leave it with anyone else. And I just looked at Tony and I said, I trust you and I have a good feeling about you. So if you trust your partner to get it to my house safely, then I'm going to trust you that that's fine.
So then you left, didn't you? And
and
you left, and then that was that. And then Libby came in. She came back from the hairdressers, and I said, "Oh, by the way, Lib, can you do this delivery on the way home?" Because I was going to Bristol straight from work, so I couldn't do it. Otherwise, I would. Because I said to you, didn't I? I said, "Oh, I'll do it myself." I said, "But I have to go to Bristol." So I said, my partner will be fine. I'm sure, you'll be in safe hands. And
she turned up at my door and she said, you don't know me. This is Libby. She said, you don't know me. You won't recognize me, but I know you. And I was I feel like Libby needs to tell this part because it was so surreal. We were actually family. Libby, you tell her.
Yeah, Libby's here.
Hello, everyone. You can sort of see me. So I only know one Siobhan, and I thought, oh, she lives on the same road as the Siobhan I know. This is a bit weird. And I pulled up to the house, and I thought, it is. It's definitely this house where I know this Siobhan, but actually, I don't know her as an adult. I only met her as a baby because my dad used to cut all the hair of you, your brothers, and your mum and dad's hair like a long time ago. And your mum was there as well, and I got to see her. It was amazing. And then I came in and said hello, and I'd left my phone in the car, and Tony was looking on.
I was really worried because I could see that she was at your house, and I didn't know that she knew you. She didn't say anything, and I'm like, oh my God, she's been there like 2 hours. Why is she with a customer for 2 hours just dropping a bowl off? And then
you were about to leave Bristol, weren't you? And I got back in the car and I had like 7 missed calls on my phone from Tony to find out if I was okay or not. And I was like, oh, it's fine. You wouldn't believe it. I actually delivered the bowl to somebody I knew. So it was an amazing story and such synchronicity, really.
Yeah, perfect.
Touch.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, I will leave the screen, but thanks.
It's just amazing how when you're supposed to be in someone's life, how it's like nothing's off the table, is it? There's all sorts of really random ways that things bring us all together. It's amazing. So anyway, so that's how we met, guys. And it still amazes us all, doesn't it? And I can't believe it was her on the doorstep. It was mental.
Really.
So where did it all begin for you then, Siobhan?
So I originally was training as an actress, and I was just fascinated with mindset and human behavior and why people do what they do. And then as I was training, I had a back injury. I had to leave my performing arts college where I was dancing, singing, acting. My whole identity had been around this desire to be the best, to win, to get this external validation, to be told that I'm great. And when I suddenly couldn't dance anymore and I was using a walking stick and I could barely shower, if I showered, then I would be in agony for several days. I was on 20 or more painkillers, like different types of medication for pain relief every day. And I got to a point where I honestly felt that I just couldn't go on anymore. My purpose and my dreams, as far as I believed, were over. And I was just in so much agony. And I remember that when I was in that really dark place at nighttime and I just felt like I couldn't handle it anymore and I had too much, I felt too embarrassed and judgmental of myself to reach out for help. And I remember every night I'd tell myself, just wait till tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow you won't feel so much pain. Maybe tomorrow you'll be able to shower or cook a proper meal without agony. Just wait one more day. And after doing that several nights in a row, making myself do that several nights in a row, I suddenly realized that I'd woken up all these mornings and not ended things when I could have done. And that there was something in that voice in my head that told me, not today, not today, just wait one more day. That I could maybe use that voice in other ways. There was something that got me through. So when I felt those terrible feelings and I had those horrible thoughts, if I just found that voice again, maybe that voice is what could carry me through.
Yeah.
So I started asking for that voice to speak to me, and asking what I could do, because I didn't want to feel the pain and I didn't want to have these dark, depressing, troublesome thoughts. I started reaching out for professional help, and that was really making a difference. And then I started to getting into this world of personal development and videos and books and audios. And as I was watching these things, sometimes I was laughing, sometimes I was smiling, and I realized the power of shifting our focus, changing our vibration, and shifting our mindset. So it set me on a path, because I thought, I went through an amazing journey and did loads of different forms of coaching training, and I'm really passionate that if there's anyone out there that's in that place, I just want them to know that they don't have to give up. And maybe something I share might be that voice that makes them wait another day or discover a new reason for carrying on. So that's where the passion came from, and the motivation from darkness, from pain, but was a blessing, because through that I learned, well, rather than basing my identity and self-worth on other people telling me I'm great or being the best dancer or actress, how about I choose who I want to be, I choose what mindset I want to have, and I choose how I want to create a happy life. What does abundance mean to me? So I started to kind of redefine myself from a brand new starting point, but with a lot of baggage that I had to deal with in the process. I'm gonna wipe my nose. So yeah, I think that's where the passion came from, and that's where that strong belief that I know and have witnessed with clients, however much you're struggling, which people may relate to at the moment with everything going on. If you're struggling, if you're feeling lonely, if your thoughts are feeling that this is too hard, or you have financial pressures or family relationship pressures, there's always ways to get help, and there's always ways to make things better. So just keep reaching out, and this is an opportunity to help you. Ask any questions you want, and we can help or point you in the right direction of somebody who can.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's amazing. Yeah, if you have any questions, everybody, there are lots of people watching, so say hi, let us all know that you're there. Holly says hi. Holly Samantha Clark.
Oh, hello, hi.
Yeah. Jen, my mum, she's watching. So yeah, so in particular then the sound healing. So you explained that you had this undeniable urge to connect with singing bowls, and that's how you found us.
Yeah.
Singing bowls are a huge passion of mine as well. I love them. In fact, when, during lockdown, because they are all at the shop, we don't actually, even the singing bowls that we own are at the shop for some reason. It's really bad. So yeah, I really miss not playing them. But so from the attraction and the undeniable feelings that you needed to connect with them, how did that get you into sound healing?
Well, I was working a lot with clients on healing processes and connecting our minds with our hearts and with our spiritual side, because I truly believe that we are vibrational beings. The internet that everyone's using, the Wi-Fi, you have that Wi-Fi name and that password, you type it into your phone or your laptop. If you've got the right code, you're in sync with your Wi-Fi box, and then straight away you're in tune, you're literally online. And I was finding through all the work that I was doing and the hypnosis and meditations and visualizations, I was helping people to align vibrationally, but sound healing is literally working with vibration. It literally transforms the cells and the crystalline structures of our body. So even though there are particular notes to the different chakras, and we can talk more about chakras, people who know about it or people who don't know anything about them, singing bowls are an amazing way to literally like get you online, kind of like connecting to Wi-Fi. It helps you put in the code. And another way I would describe it is with the radio. You know, if you type in 102.4 or 107.5 for your radio system, or turn up the dial, you're going to get a certain radio station. So by working with different singing bowls, we're going to tune to different frequencies of the body, which affects different chakras. So by identifying with the mind through talking, where is the block in your life? What is the difficulty you're experiencing? I can then focus some of the work that I'm doing along with the sound healing. So just get right in there at that point, even though they actually work on all the chakras. Some are very focused in, if it's the same vibration, the same note as that particular chakra, where there's that emotional block or the energy needs to be released or rebalanced a bit.
Yeah, because I guess unless you've experienced specifically sound healing, we can all relate to how good or how emotional music can make us feel. You know, when you've had a great night out, it's often because the music has been amazing. When you do, you know, how many of us make road trip CDs, or not CDs anymore, just playlists, you know, that you download because music makes us feel good. So how is just music changing our mood? How is that different to what you do with balancing the chakras?
I love that question. That's such a good question. Nobody's asked me that before. That's a great one.
This came into my head. It's one of my own.
So with songs, we've got a few aspects here. We've got the rhythm of the music, or music might not have any words. With music, you've got a rhythm that can help, that can affect people's pulse, their heart rate. Often with music, people may move about. So you've got your physiology then. If they're jumping about or bouncing, then that's stimulating their lymphatic system, which is affecting the energy in the body and often helping the digestive system if you're bouncing up and down, and also the clearing any blocked energy, giving you a bit more energy. And you have the added thing that if you heard a particular song at a particular time, we have what you call in NLP a significant emotional event, an emotional anchor. So it's like when you listen to that song that you always listen to after that breakup, you play it and you're like, oh God, no, I feel how I felt when I was 15, turn it off, you know? So there's that emotional side of things. Now with sound healing, I would say it can be in its purer form, because you don't have to worry about, I suppose it's like certain music might get people a bit agitated. If it's very hardcore or very intense on the rhythm, it could make their heart go so quick that they feel a bit agitated. With sound healing, that's not the case. We're not working so much on a bang, 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 bang way. It's more wave patterns. So it's literally, you'll hear that the sound kind of ebbs and flows. And our brain has different brain state waves that it goes in, whether it's theta, delta, etc. So it's helping you to get into a more relaxed state, and it can be very powerful before you sleep, because it's literally helping the brain to adjust, and it helps you to relax, it helps you to de-stress, and it can help before sleep as well. So it's a slightly different effect, but because it's working on a cellular level and a crystalline structure level in the body, it is actually helping realign and adjust the frequencies in your cells. And you can have emotions come up because of the energies that it's bringing up, because the frequencies it's releasing or opening up. So it's, I would say for me personally, it's more of a easeful and spiritual process, and a more relaxing process. Whereas there are times that I've worked with clients where I'm like, you know what, I've done a lot with people in public speaking. That's how I started my coaching. It was communication and public speaking. And then I found what's going on underneath affects all of how we communicate. So I used to often use music and get people pumped by saying, you know, pick your favorite song, the thing that empowers you, motivates you, this and that. And they'd listen to it before a meeting or before speaking on stage. That's great. That works really well. That's different to something like sound healing, where we're literally working on healing rather than pumping you up and empowering you before a speech. So slightly different patterns, all wonderful. And like you said, all affects the emotions.
Definitely. I know someone that plays some really cheesy music when she does the housework. It's awful.
Does the housework get done?
Yeah, it does. I'm not complaining. I just have to listen to the cheesy music. Holly says, Izzy Clark says hi too. And Holly has actually asked, would you have any advice on how to prevent headaches when doing a meditation? I'll just pop it up on the screen so that anybody new joining can see what you're answering.
Headaches on how to prevent headaches when doing meditation. Okay, nice. So that can be a few things. It depends on your experience of the headaches when they start. Sometimes you can be getting a headache because your emotions building up. You know you're going to do meditation. Maybe you're trying too hard, concentrating too hard, focusing too much, and putting some stress in your mind. Or maybe you're trying so hard to let go of the thoughts that are coming up that that's creating some stress. Or it might be that you're listening to a piece of music that's on a sort of wave pattern that's a little bit intense for you. So if you look at the solfeggio, for anyone who hasn't heard of this, solfeggio music, it's different frequencies, different hertz. And some will help with relaxation, some will help with motivation or with stress release, all sorts. So you can actually type that into Google, you can type that into YouTube, Spotify, solfeggio hertz frequency music. Now I find certain frequencies actually give me a headache, and that can be playing in the background of some meditations if you're listening to guided meditations or meditation music. So it's worth checking out and trying different ones, because I remember I was working in an environment where we were playing high frequency music to clear our vibration. But some of the vibrations that really worked for my colleagues at the time, I remember I'd had a headache so intense for like 2 hours, and then suddenly the track changed and it just lifted like a curtain being lifted, and I was like,
wow.
Whoa. I was just like, wait a minute, that was to do with what we played. And that was a real eye opener. I think that started to make me really wake up to the effects of music on a deeper level in our subconscious and vibration than we're aware of. So particularly when working with high frequency hertz music in the solfeggio scale, it's on a frequency that's very powerful for our bodies, whereas the mainstream music isn't on that type of frequency. It's a different type of hertz that was changed. Some people say back in the 40s they changed it all, or before then, and there are different reasons as to why people think that was done. But if you look into that, the music in the mainstream doesn't have that effect, but it also doesn't have those benefits vibrationally.
Thank you. I hope that helps, Holly. Also, Kim Ford has asked, what's the different frequencies in order, please? Alpha, delta, theta, etc. I always get them mixed up. I'll pop
Good
it up.
question. I actually get them mixed up too. I wonder, I actually have this book. It's called Ascension by Christopher Penkazak, and it's like the spiritual encyclopedia. It knows everything. But I wonder whether it's got that in, because I was thinking that it's the list that you've given, but this is something that I always double check. I actually have a notebook, so it's probably better to Google it, because I think I'll probably end up saying the wrong list. But yeah, there is a particular order, and now it's going out of my head and I can see my chart in the left-hand side. But I'm worried that I'm going to say it wrong. So I'd say Google it just in case, so I don't tell you wrong and then you go and practice the slightly incorrect order, because I sometimes make a mistake with that one too. And you'll see when you Google it that it tells you which ones help with which states, whether it's getting you hyped up and motivated, or relaxing, stress release, or going to a deeper level of openness on a subconscious level when you're asleep in particular.
Fab.
I have actually
Delta, alpha, beta, and gamma.
Yes, yeah, you literally type those 4 into Google and it will tell you.
put in the, click on there and I'll type it in.
Libby's going to type them in, type the order in.
So with that though, with the chakras, we actually assign notes to them. So your root chakra, which is at the base of your spine by your tailbone, right down there, that's what we assign. That's the first chakra, and we assign the note C. And then next up from that is your sacral chakra, and that's more focused on balance in your life, and that's related to the note D. So if you're looking at a normal Western like piano, or looking at singing bowls that are tuned to a certain frequency, you'd want to go with the note. And you'll find, we even tested it, haven't we, Tony? As you play the singing bowls, the hertz, kilohertz frequency will change based on the waves going up and down, because it's playing a wave. So there's a broad spectrum of notes. But the actual strongest note, for example, of your root is C. Then your sacral, it's D. I'll just put that one down. Then your solar plexus, which is just above your stomach, it's 2 inches above the navel on your stomach. That solar plexus is C, D, E. And then you've got your heart chakra, which is here. It's in the center of your chest. So for that one, following the notation system, it would be F. Then throat is G. Third eye, which is here between your brow, is an A, and then your crown on top of your head here is a B. So you'd be doing C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So that's if you want to work with the particular notes for the chakras. And then when you play the singing bowls, you'll find that the hertz actually varies a bit as it does that sound wave.
Yeah. Kim says,
it was like a whole science when I started to get into it. It was a whole science. Yeah.
It's really amazing. I mean, we've had some bowls in the shop that have made me cry.
Yeah.
I don't know the reason, but just really, they really blow you away. They're amazing. Yeah. So I don't know if you can see. Can you see the comments?
No. I mean, feel free to read some more out, or I can talk more about chakras for anyone who wants to know more about those, or like you said, how our emotions come up in particular sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Holly says, I've been given feedback that when I'm presenting in interviews that I'm too laid back and need more energy and enthusiasm. Is there anything you'd suggest practicing to help improve my energy levels?
Yes, there are lots of things. Very good question. So this is something that comes up a lot with clients, and some people are similar to you, Holly. Other people can be the other end. Their energy is so loud, so in your face, all over the place, that when they talk to you, you're like,
yeah,
that was like a tornado. I didn't take in anything you said. So it's good to know that you've had some consistent feedback, because then you know it's not just the person I spoke to and their preference. This is a pattern. So now I know what I can work on. So that's a good place to be. So if you need to get a bit more energy and be a bit less laid back, the important thing, first of all, is to know when to have that energy and when to ease back into your more laid back approach. So you want to be, it depends what you're presenting and what type of interviews, whether you're interviewing somebody else or being interviewed yourself. But the main things that you can make some notes about, and for other people as well, think about the message you want to get across. What is it you want to tell or share with the other person? And what is the outcome you want to get from that conversation? If you're presenting a business idea, say you've got a concept or a product or your network marketing, and you want to put across a business idea, your outcome might be get the person to buy from me, or get the person to join my business, or join as a partner. You need to know clearly what your outcome is and add energy to those aspects of your message. Because if you add loads of enthusiastic energy about why the thing they're using or the product they're using isn't so good, they won't really hear why they need to make a change, because your energy was so dynamic when you said it.
Yeah.
You need to play about with the emotions you use and focus your energy in relation to what is the outcome I want. It's also important that you have some energy when you start off, because if you start off with energy and then read the other person, the person you're talking to, are they very energetic or are they quite laid back? because then you can ease into it. If they're laid back, oh, let me be a bit more laid back version of Holly right now. Whereas if they are really exhausted, you might be like, wait a minute, I need to get their energy going. I need to get them excited about this conversation so that they're on board, because they look like they've been up 5 nights in a row with their kids. They haven't drank their coffee yet. So I'm going to wait to give that really strong part of my message when the waiter's brought the coffee, because they're not quite on board yet. So definitely work on it, but don't be full on all the time. Play with it, test it out, see what works best for you, depending on who you're talking to.
Yeah. Holly says the question was from Izzy.
Okay.
So, who else? Manu, how to improve emotion and how to change in relationships for everyone, for every person.
Okay, nice. So, relationships is an interesting thing actually with the root chakra. That's related to grounding and survival, and a lot of if you grew up in an unstable environment up to the age of 2, that can affect your root chakra, can affect how grounded you feel. A lot of your root chakra is established, that root at the base, at your base of your spine on your tailbone area. That is to do with the survival and the physical world aspects of life, but that's kind of put in place by the age of 2. So if you had a bit of a unstable first couple of years, that might be something that you need to work on. And that often, that survival stuff can relate to family because it's at that core stage. When we go to up one, to the sacral, which is about 2 inches below your belly button, your sacral chakra is about balance, and it's about your self-worth, and it's also about your sexuality. It's about your feelings and expressing your feelings. So when you're saying you want to work on emotions, it might be that you feel you're too emotional or you're not emotional enough. Maybe you can add in the comments your particular challenge. But if it's to do with the feelings, then you need to be looking at this sacral chakra here, and you can find sound healing for your sacral chakra on YouTube, or work with a coach that can specifically focus on affirmations for your sacral chakra. And another interesting one is the heart, so the center of your chest. The heart chakra, this is all about how I feel, what I feel in life. And with the heart chakra, if this is out of balance, the negative sides can come up as being very needy, being a bit, some people would say, a bit creepy, or a bit too much, a bit pulling on people all the time, always needing them. I don't like the word creepy at all, but that's used in descriptions, and I think really it should be, let's focus on the word needy, because you emotionally need something. That's all it is. So if you're out of balance with your heart, if that isn't full enough, then you're going to be constantly trying to get from other people, and they might find it overwhelming in relationships. Whereas when we rebalance this heart chakra, we fill up from within, and then we can connect with people from a level of being full of love and having compassion and love for ourselves first and for others. We have to fill it up in ourselves first. So it depends what type of emotion. If the emotion's to do with your romantic relationships, your sexuality, and those personal relationships, that's going to be a sacral. If it's to do with family and survival and finances and home, and those things trigger you really quick, a job change makes your emotions all over the place and affects everything in your life, we're looking at your root. And if it's your heart, like, am I loved? Do I love myself enough? Am I feeling love from, like, am I expressing love with others? Am I getting to share that with others? But if it's that I need to be loved more, then we're looking at the sacral down here. And, you know, we're looking at the heart. I need to be loved more, that's the heart. So it's nice to know how they all work together, and to know that certain areas more for family, certain to more for romance and sexual relationships, and then more for the heart. So you can practice affirmations. For the heart, I love myself unconditionally. I express love and experience love in all that I do. Whereas if you're working on your sacral chakra, that I feel, it's going to be working on the feelings. Whereas the root chakra is I am secure, I am safe, I am grounded in my life, etc. Yeah. Specific affirmations can help with that as well.
Amazing. Holly says thank you. Holly and Izzy are watching together, and she said that was thank you for your advice, really helpful. June says when I get stressed, I get awful palpitations. Can this help me?
Yes. So sound healing is particularly well known for, sorry,
I read it wrong. It says, how can this help me? Help me.
How can this help me? Perfect. Okay, June. So things that you can do, how it can help. Sound healing is very well known for reducing anxiety, reducing stress. It can help people with headaches as well, and it can help people even after World War II. It was used in PTSD treatment as well, post-traumatic stress disorder for soldiers. That was used in hospitals as well. So it's very well known for reducing stress, which affects the heart. So anxiety, worry, concern, emotional experiences that you may be worried about happening again or feeling anxious about, that's going to affect your heart and create heart palpitations. So with CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy, which I've trained in, we talk about how there's this triad. You have your thoughts, your feelings, and then you have your behavior. So we think something like, this lockdown's really tough and I don't know what's going to happen financially, and we get a feeling about that, right? That feeling affects our body, can make us get heart palpitations, can stress us out, can do all sorts, give us headaches or anything, right? Or can make us feel sleepy, feel lethargic, like we don't want to do anything, because that feeling affects the behavior. So when we start to change the thought, with mindset coaching, I say become a silent witness. Start to observe your thoughts. When you get these palpitations, what were you thinking about before? What happened just before? Or what is it you're worrying about that you're still thinking over and replaying in your mind, possibly? So become aware of the thought. Don't judge it. Just become aware. And then you can start to look at, how can I change that thought, which will change the feeling and sensations in the body, which then change the behavior.
Yeah.
But the wonderful thing as far as sound healing, I mean, start playing sound healing. It literally puts your brainwave pattern into those slower brainwaves, which I want to say is theta and delta, but I'm worried that I'm going to say the wrong one. It will put you into those lower brainwave states in the mind, which will start to straight away reduce stress, which will reduce the heart rate, which will ease up on the palpitations.
Yeah.
The marriage of the two, you want to work on the mindset as well, because otherwise we play some music, oh, I'm so relaxed, and then somebody in the house yells or does that really annoying thing, and straight away you're uptight again. So we want to work on the marriage of the mind with the spirit, the mind with the soul.
Yeah, definitely. I hope that helps, June. So do you have a daily routine with your singing bowls?
So I actually consciously choose that. So I have a daughter, she's a toddler, and that can be quite full on. And then when I go to do my coaching and my interventional work with people, or when I'm stepping out of that space and creating videos to help inspire people and things like that, one of the things I make sure I do every day or before I start work, that is my work, but you might do other work, is I will purposely play my bowls. Now for you guys, you might want to play it on YouTube or whatever, but literally by playing these, it just changes my mindset. It's like it lets go of all the stress, it clears the mind, and on a cellular level, it's realigning your vibration. So I make a conscious decision. If I'm going to make any important phone calls, I play my singing bowls first. If I'm going to have an important conversation where I've got a particular message and an outcome, just to link back to what we talked about before, that I want to get across, I play the singing bowls. Let's realign my vibration, let go of whatever was in the day beforehand. Okay, now what's my intention with this phone call? What's my intention with this client? What's my intention with this email? So I do start my mornings as much as possible. Sometimes my daughter wakes me up first, but I do try to start with meditation, and I do work on gratitude a lot. I focus on what I'm grateful for, and through the challenging times, like I shared before, my story when I was feeling suicidal and I was deeply in depression and unwell, I had to focus on really simple things and go through the body. I'm grateful for my breath. I'm grateful that I get to breathe. I'm grateful that my lungs breathe for me and take care of me. even down to really basic, you can literally go through your whole body. I'm grateful for my hands that allow me to touch and hold things, allow me to hold people, allow me to hold the hands of those I love. And as you just start to focus and refocus your thoughts, that affects your feelings, which affects your behavior. So it's a marriage of the mindset things with affirmations, gratitude, and meditation. Bringing in this sound healing just takes it to a whole other level, I find. But yeah, always I realign before I do something, you know, or before I work on something that I want a specific outcome for.
Yeah, that's amazing. Jean said, thank you. That really helps me, especially in her work, which causes her stress.
Also, June, you know, you can get like small essential oils, really small bottles. So it's actually been tested that your Hertz frequency, when you smell essential oils, particularly certain ones, your Hertz frequency can be enhanced. And there are other things, smells in life, even coffee, that can weaken our Hertz frequency. So if you're stressed, take something like lavender and a few other essential oils and just have it on your desk at work. And when you get an annoying conversation or something, just open it up and then carry on what you're doing. And it affects the body, it affects the frequency. So as you're doing that, even without your choice, on a vibrational frequency level, things are adjusted. It's amazing. All these things I thought couldn't be true. And then as I looked and researched into them, I discovered how powerful they are and then decided to put them to the test.
Yeah.
And it does make a difference.
That's an amazing tip. And June, I'm sure you'll find something good on our website to help you with that. Quick plug there. Talking of plugs, how can people get hold of you? If anybody would like Siobhan to help them with various things, therapies, we'll pop it up now. We've got your... So this is your social media tag, isn't it? So you can find you on Facebook. Is that for it? Does that work on Instagram as well?
Yes, Facebook and Instagram. You can message me on either. You'll see lots of my videos there, so you may find that something you want help with, you see it there, or you can work on some things straight away and then get in touch with me and I'll be happy to help or answer questions you have. Or you may have something that you say, can you share a video about this thing in particular, or may want to work with mindset coaching and kind of healing, marrying the mind and the heart and the soul together. And so you're very welcome to contact me that way.
Yeah. So will you be doing one-to-ones? Will you be doing them at the moment online?
Yes. So I do my sessions online, and that will be video calls or audio calls. So that's the way I mainly do it over the last 10 years, as I find that means you can immediately do it straight away. You don't need to have 2 hours available to travel, come see me, do an hour session and get home and get back to work. You can just fit in that hour phone call or whatever the session is. So I'm happily taking that, and that works well with everyone with the lockdown at the moment too.
Yeah.
You might want to just read that, because if they're on a phone, they won't be able to read it.
So it's literally confidence.esteem. So confidence dot and then esteem, ESTEEM. Sorry, Tony, I thought that was...
No, it's fine. I was getting the finger from the side saying, read that, because on a mobile, it would be small writing. So when choosing a singing bowl, if you don't particularly know what chakra you need to, this is my own question, not anybody else's. If you don't know what chakra you need to work on in particular, but you just want to start somewhere, where's a good place to start? I don't mean our shop, although that is a good place to start, obviously. But where would, to someone who hasn't ever owned a bowl before, where would, because I know your first bowl was the massive, and you'll see it later, guys, but it's huge, massive crystal singing bowl. And perhaps not everybody wants to make an investment like that, but what's the important things that people should look for?
Right. So first of all, I think it's important for us to acknowledge that though I'm totally biased and I love the singing bowls, they aren't the only form of sound healing. There are gongs, which are amazing and they're quite big. And you get goshi bells, you get tincture bells that can help purify the air. So there's many different things you can find, and you may want to explore looking at things online. But as far as singing bowls, there's traditional Tibetan singing bowls that are more metal and a compound of metals, and they can be hand hammered, or they can be made in a factory where they're not hand hammered and they might not be specifically tuned. Or you can get some that are patterned. I actually have this one here, that which I think is just beautiful, I love it. Now this one, although it's got a little Buddha inside, which I love, and although this isn't a crystal, this is metal, we've tested and it does make a note, but it's not like a crystal specifically tuned frequency from a crystal quartz bowl. But even with this, I played it and I felt a connection to it. And actually I got this at Iden Spirit, and they had about 3 or 4 of these, and every single other one of the same version, I was like, no, it's this one. So you probably will find that you have a particular connection to one more than the other if you go to a place where you can test them out. Now, I actually find this releases something at the top of my head, for me personally, which if I play it, it may be different through the phone or for you individually. But I played this and it was like this pressure just released. And I thought, I don't know what's going on, but I want to experience that pressure release on a regular basis. It's like it opens up my crown. Now, it might be that it's just affecting me that way because this isn't specifically tuned to a chakra. So you don't need to worry about investing in crystal singing bowls if that's not for you. But if you want to get into like sound healing and healing specific chakras, then the crystal quartz singing bowls are fantastic. And just feel, when you play it, what do you have a connection with? Where do you feel the sensation in your body? Is something moving? Are emotions coming up? Is it a pressure release like I experienced? Or are there tears coming up? Is there a stuck feeling you had that suddenly is kind of bubbling its way up, ready to come out, or dissipating inside? Yeah. You'll actually feel, because it's on a vibrational frequency, that your body's frequency will start to adjust if you just play it for a while. Yeah. I've had some people contacting me following the videos online and the work people know I do through word of mouth, asking me, how do you play a singing bowl? I like to think that you and your singing bowl is your own journey. One way that can help you connect is, I find, you can, like these, you can just place them on your hand. They're very small. You can strike it lightly, start off the tone, and then as you're playing it, just gently having this rubbing on the side, the sound will increase. But if you just relax and connect to your own breath, then you'll start to play it much better, and you'll start to feel its effects more on your body. Whereas if I am trying really hard, it's like it starts to jump and it doesn't properly play and it's not smooth. So connect to your breath, focus on your breathing as you play it, and that will help you know which one's right for me. Because you can connect with your breath and not feel much. And then another one, it's like, oh my God, that's doing something.
The main difference I find with the metal bowls, because you can hold them to the crystal singing bowls, is because they're generally large and you can't hold them in your hand. But what I find with the metal ones is that the vibrational energy has a far bigger, it's more of an instant impact rather than a wave that washes over you.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes with the metal ones, it can be an instant thing, whereas the crystal ones, it kind of builds up as you play it more and more. It literally creates a kind of, what I'd say, like a larger, more expansive wave. So that can sometimes create more of an atmosphere, as if it's like music playing.
Yeah.
Whereas this one can be like a quick little reset.
Yeah.
So it's so easy. And I actually get my daughter, she's 21 months now, but I've been doing this for a while. She plays this one with me. She does play the others as well, but because they're crystal quartz, I'm a little more careful. So particularly if she's stressed or she needs to sleep and she's maybe not as tired as I'd like her to be, we just spend a little time playing the bowls to help adjust the brainwave frequency, just to help her to relax. Yeah, so we do that before sleep. Yeah.
June says that she definitely needs a singing bowl. This will help me process my journey. It will, June, definitely. Kim says some bowls won't play for her.
Okay. Could you maybe elaborate in what way? Is it that you're trying to play them and your hand keeps jumping, or it doesn't matter what you do, no sound comes out? What's your experience, Kim?
Well, for us in the shop, I know that there are some bowls that I can play, and there's some bowls that just I'm not having it at all. They're more single tap bowls, and that's fine, but trying to get them to sing is just not for me. It's about the connection. Like you choosing the blue bowl, we had 3 other bowls looking visually identical to that bowl, but you had a connection with that one. And even if they look identical, they all sound different. So maybe it is down to, she says they ting tap, yes, but no sing, but not sing. So.
Okay, nice. So this is good to know. So there's 2 sides, and Tony, you were touching on that already. On the one hand, it might be like with this one, apparently there were 4 that's the same, but I felt the connection to this one in particular.
They were visually the same.
Yeah, visually the same, and people would say, "Oh, they're the same. They're made the same way." Da, 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 da. But no, this particular one for me, I had the connection to. The others were beautiful, but not so much. Just didn't feel in my being that they meant much to me.
Yeah.
Now, that's one thing as far as feeling an alignment, a personal connection. There's another thing where, depending on what's going on in our mind and our chakras, healing work and actually all of life can respond slightly differently. So if you're maybe striking it, I'll use a baton rather than my pen, it could be that sometimes people are just trying too hard. They're not relaxing enough. You'd have a relaxed hand. So as maybe I can take this one. Move back, get this beast in. For you all. Can you see it?
We can.
Yeah, there we go. So you can tell me if it's too quiet, if I'm too far away. So this is a root chakra singing bowl. Now I'm going to show you, if I strike it, anybody can do that really. Just gently, you don't do it too hard because it's crystal quartz. Now as I start to play, you're going to hear this sort of suede rubbing against it. If I'm trying too hard, it kind of gets stuck. And my wrist is really tense. So you need, as a technique, you need to relax. And it's like you're stirring soup, they say. But if I am feeling really ungrounded and stressed about finances or my home or things to do with survival, which is all the root chakra, this won't play so well for me until I connect to my breath. So as I strike it, if I find or I'm trying too hard, it will literally kind of jump and it gets this sort of tingy sensation. It doesn't sing, like you said. Then as you strike it and start to rub the side, I want you to breathe in and imagine that the stick and your arm is an extension of your breath. So I actually quite like to move forwards and backwards rather than standing like this. I allow it to be an experience. So it's working with my breath. I'm breathing out and in with it. So as I do that, I connect with the ball. I connect with the frequency. I'm close to it. I'm feeling it. And it's an extension of my body. So it stops doing this jumping thing. As soon as I try hard to make it play or stress about it didn't play last time and it was jumping lots, the tension happens and I'm in my head rather than connected to the bowl. So connect to your breath, allow your body to move with the movement, and imagine that this is an extension of your arm. You're connected to the bowl because once it's touching, it's part of your body. So there, I've got some tension. And see, I went and rubbed this bit, but if I relax and breathe, deep breath in and out. See, I tried too hard. And just keep breathing and allow your body to move with it.
Yeah, I don't think the sound is picking it up that well.
Maybe because of the positioning of my microphone, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But if you work with that movement rather than focusing on trying to make it happen, and ease up your arms, relax your arms,
Yeah.
and connect to the breath, make it an extension of your arm. And it's good to have the awareness if it is free, if it is tuned to a certain frequency, a certain note.
Yeah.
What is that note? Because if you even have that awareness that it's connected to my heart, and I'm feeling a lot right now and I'm struggling with that, maybe you can just say, I'm feeling a lot, but I feel it's this connects to your heart. It's I love, right? I love. So
Yeah.
it's, I want to work on loving myself or experiencing more love in my life. I'm just going to be open to that as I play it. Just remember, I'm going to be open to it.
Yeah.
And then it will start to ease up. It will start to play much better for you. But it's
Yeah.
probably partly maybe trying hard or worrying about it not working, but it might be some emotional blockages that just need to release.
Yeah. Do you find that the fact that it's made from quartz, that the energy from the crystal itself has an impact when you're playing, as opposed to when you play your metal singing bowl?
Yes, I find that the energy from the bowls does really, it's like it's more intricate in its response to your own energy. I find that even if I have a thought that interrupts, I hear it on the bowl. It really becomes like an in-tune process, which is why I was actually sure that I was not going to get crystal quartz singing bowls, and then I played it, and they connect so much on a vibrational cellular level that it was really good feedback for when I needed to work on things. Sometimes I work with making meditations and visualizations with the singing bowls to add that frequency. And I find if I have a thought that contradicts what I'm doing, straight away you hear it on the bowl. Straight away it interrupts. So it's a really good feedback mechanism. So if they're not playing for you, it might be the tension, it might be you need to connect to your breath, or it might be that just relax a bit, be aware of how that bowl can help you, and just keep saying, I'm open to that, I'm open to that. And it will start to play.
Perfect. I don't think we've got any more questions, just quickly scanning through. No, there aren't any.
I wonder if she can get any sound from any of the bowls. Just
yeah. Do you want to try some? I know you have a selection there.
Yeah.
Just one or two.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll put this one closer to the microphone.
Yeah.
It might be just the way we're recording.
It's just such.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Lovely. But you see, the quality is different. It's got a kind of depth and width to the sound, which you'll start to experience when you play with them. But I literally have so many of them. I love them so much. So yeah, I think in summary, you don't have to have singing bowls in particular. You can look at other sound healing, and it's just another way into healing some of traumas that we may be holding in our bodies.
Yeah.
You know, when we have experiences that are challenging in life, or we go through difficult periods, that we can get blocked energy, and your chakras are the meaning of chakra is a wheel. It's like an energy wheel, and they all have different colors assigned to them and different notes. And you can work with affirmations, you can work with sound healing, and you can also work on an awareness of, where do I get stuck? Some people, when they're upset, they straight away go for their chest. Whereas some people, they're all about their gut, you know. I feel it's all about the gut down there. Whereas it's like, you know, I love that person so much. I love doing this thing and I can't do it and it hurts my heart. Whereas some people are more about their gut. Or some people it's here and they just can't communicate. This happens so much. And we're, you know, it's also important because of lockdown and not mixing so much, feeling isolated, wearing masks which literally cover our mouth and block our connection, that we keep opening up this throat chakra, that we express ourselves, that we share our truth, and that we do our work to express what we really feel is true for us. So you can work on it on so many levels. It's having that awareness, that silent witness where we don't judge ourselves, and then bringing the sound therapy is just an enhancement. But I always say you don't want to rely on just one thing. So whenever I work with clients, I'm like, I want to work with you and then be done with you. Unless, you know, you work on some brand new project, you go to the next level, then we can work again. But I'm not interested in working with you for 2 years. I want to deal with you and then set you off. That's the point. You don't need me.
Yeah.
So let's work on the mindset, marry it up with some sound healing, or you can just do sound healing. But if things keep getting blocked in a certain area, or you keep having certain illnesses coming up that are related to certain chakras, then you also need to work on what habits, what behaviors are manifesting, what thoughts are creating this stuck energy.
Yeah. Rather
than keep running for somebody to retune you and then going and do stuff that gets you out of tune straight after the appointment.
Definitely. June says, thank you so much. Love the information given tonight. Ems, hi Ems, didn't know you were watching. It's been really interesting to see how it connects to your emotions, which is, yeah.
So I could actually run through just quickly. Your root chakra is, like I was saying, about security and grounding. So if that's out of balance, you're going to be feeling insecure and stressed, often to do with your home and your finances. And if that is secure, you're going to be feeling grounded. If it's healthy, if it's balanced, you'll be feeling quite grounded, quite rooted to the ground, connected to the earth. Like when you go to speak or do a meeting or make a phone call, you'll kind of feel your feet on the ground. Whereas if you're not rooted, you'll almost feel a bit in the air, like you're floating all over the place. That's a good sign that that one's out of balance. If you're looking at the sacral chakra, which is the 2 inches below your belly, below your navel, then that's to do with the self-worth and how you feel. So if you're feeling fragile with your self-worth and your relationships and your sexual connection, then that's a sign that it's the sacral. And if that's in a good place, then you have a strong self-worth. You're going to be sure of yourself and feel a good sense of self-esteem and be able to have healthy romantic relationships and sexual experiences. Now, if we're looking at the solar plexus, which is 2 inches above, I imagine it's solar, like the sun. The color is yellow, and it's like that's how you shine. If you're feeling super self-conscious, then you're weakening that power base. But your solar, that's so powerful. You can shine and go out and do amazing work in your life. That's the power. That's where that power comes from. The heart chakra, like we said, it's related to feeling needy or without love. So are you feeling fulfilled love-wise? Then your throat, we talked about that, self-expression, trusting that your words come out clearly and that you have good things to share. If you're not feeling that way, then work on your throat chakra. Third eye, this is about connecting to your intuition, your psychic ability, and your vision. So if you're feeling that you are unsure about your path, you're feeling a bit disconnected and you're not sure what you're doing in life, and you can't really picture a future that you're in alignment with or that feels good, you might want to work on your third eye. And then your crown right at the top here, that's about your spiritual connection and understanding as far as spirituality. So that's a bit more individual chakras, how you can work on this.
Amazing, thank you. Kim Ford said, thank you, great lesson learned. Kaz says, if you have a bowl but don't know what note it is, is there a way you can find out?
You've got the answer to that.
I can answer that one. Kaz, I have an app. It's called Clear Tune. There are various apps on an app store. This is for iPhone. Did you buy it, Siobhan? Did you get it in the end?
You told me about it, so I can get that one. Yeah.
But it's called Clear Tune. It's for iPhone, so I don't know what it would be called on Android. And the cost of it was minimal. And I bought it because we have so many bowls in the shop that are unnoted. And then we have wonderful customers like Siobhan come in. He says, "What note is this?" I want to know. If I show you, I can just show you what it. Oops, sorry, not very good.
Well, what does the app look like rather than the inside?
Well, so you can see that it goes round. It's not very good. Sorry,
The camera's there.
yeah. So, it's rubbish. I won't do that. The app. Oh, I'll just give up with this bit. It's called Clear Tune. It's called Clear Tune. It's got like a note scale. Looks like a set of scales on the picture. But it's
like
really
that moves, isn't it? It's like a thing that moves. And if you're testing on singing bowls, because they go on waves, you might find, like we found, that it can jump. It'll give you a clear note, but it might jump with the hertz.
Yeah, so it gives you the note and the hertz at the same time, so you can see it. Good, thanks, Kaz.
One more question.
Where's the Holly says, why would someone's solar plexus be imbalanced?
Imbalanced. Okay, so that is feeling self-conscious, and it's your solar plexus or your sacral, sorry.
Solar.
Okay, so solar is your power center. That's your power center in life. So you may be feeling a bit self-conscious and disconnecting to some of your own empowerment. So maybe some self-doubt. Maybe most experiences in life and the way we view the world can be shaped in the first 3 to 7 years, our perceptions. And then we kind of almost, it's like we're wearing glasses with a certain filter. So if you imagine you've got some glasses on that are pink, when you look at a plain piece of paper, it looks pink because you're looking through pink glasses. So in those first 3 to 7 years, if you've had certain experiences that have made you doubt yourself and made you feel less empowered, less certain about your own ability to do things or follow through on things or to achieve, that may be creating things. Or it might be that you were fine in those early years, but you had a significant emotional event that happened in your life. Or maybe you had some mistreatment that happened and suddenly you start to doubt yourself. You feel disempowered. You feel like you can't do it. And then the thoughts start to come. Going back to CBT, it's the thoughts which creates feelings, which affects the behavior. Now suddenly you're doubting yourself even more because you keep making mistakes. But actually, maybe that boss at work was just really critical and having a bad day, and they shouldn't have pulled you apart in your task. But because you're nervous, you then start to doubt yourself. You're disconnecting from that power center. And then every time you do something for that person, you're going wrong, you're getting stressed, you're disconnecting again and again. So if you're going into spiral like that in a particular area of your life, first of all, silent witness, become aware, notice it without judgment. And you can literally start, I mean, if you want, put headphones on and play some solar plexus sound healing music whilst you do tasks for that boss. If it's that certain person, for example, that's making that come up, or if it's in all areas of your life, we'd be looking at where that started and how it's showing up and how you really want to experience life. How can you be more empowered? Which of your 6 basic human needs are you getting from others rather than empowering it from yourself? Because as soon as we meet one of our 6 basic human needs from externals only or mainly, it weakens us, and then we're always needing from others. I'm conscious of the time. We can talk about 6 basic human needs another time, or now I don't mind.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Jodie Nesbitt says we could all do with a singing bowl in our lives. Yes, Jodie, we could. What are you doing now?
Just reminding people how
You've
they can
just
contact.
removed all my comments.
Oh, there wasn't any more.
Oh. Good job there wasn't any more, because she's taken them off my screen. Oh, Chick Happy sat next to me here. So, well, thank you ever so much, I was Siobhan. I was going to call you Jodie then. You're a mine of information, and I could sit and chat to you all evening. But if anybody would like to get in touch, the ticker is along the bottom, confidence.esteem. On Facebook or Instagram, pop Siobhan a message. Oh, thank you, June. June says, perfect evening with you both. And Holly says, thank you, that's very helpful. Oh, lots of thank yous, lots of praise.
Well, I'm glad to be of help. I find human behavior and, you know, energy and all this sort of stuff is just fascinating and incredible. And if you are feeling self-conscious, or you're getting palpitations or stress or any of the other things, there's always so many of these avenues that can help you. So it's wonderful. It's like, it doesn't matter what the challenge might be, there's always light, there's always an inspiring and an amazing future that you can have. So you never need, you know, get bogged down or lose hope with any areas of your life. Just keep working on reaching out and finding, who do I need to pull in, or what resource, or what can I connect to help me? Yeah,
definitely. And with no medication or pills or anything like that, you can all do it.
Yeah.
So good. Thank you ever so much, Siobhan. It's been lovely spending just the last hour and
11 minutes. 111.
Yeah. I got my phone yesterday on the 11th. It was 11 11 11 11 on the 11th. I was like, my phone. I don't know who does that. I'm always picking my phone up with double numbers on.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate being able to be here and share this with you and be able to answer people's questions. I'd love to come back again, and people can contact me if they have questions. I'm grateful to be invited. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Siobhan. And yes, please get in contact with her if you would like to receive some of her help, because you're amazing. It's been lovely speaking with you. So, yes, well, hopefully we'll see you when we're open.
Yeah, definitely.
More bold.
I'm a bit addicted to the shop. It's going to get dangerous.
I know. It's a month today. So,
wow.
Yes.
Yay.
Fingers crossed nothing goes wrong. But yes, so thank you ever so much, Siobhan.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Thank you. Well, thank you ever so much for watching, guys, and for your lovely questions. Siobhan is amazing, and she has an amazing energy, and her ethos and the way she works is incredible. And you can truly see the connection she has when she's playing her bowls. It's amazing. So get in touch with her if you'd like more information. So what's happening? So next Friday, just a quick reminder of our live Facebook sale at 7 p.m. Go check out our website, because we've uploaded loads of crystals.
It's a work in progress.
It is a work in progress. We've got quite a few, so there is a lot to take photos of, and product descriptions, weighing them, measuring them, pricing them. So yes, it is a work in progress. Keep an eye on our events page, because as I just said, it's a month today, 4 weeks on Monday. Touch wood, I'm touching our lovely wooden table here, that we can still open on the 12th, and we will be back. Our door will be open, and Libby and I can't wait, can we?
No, we can't wait. And there are lots of events going up for in-house.
There are, so keep an eye on our events page, because our tutors and therapists are starting to fill up slots in anticipation
Put your teeth in.
Yeah, in anticipation for restrictions being lifted. So yeah, so from the end of May onwards, we have got things filling up. So if you yeah.
Have you forgotten everything?
No, but you keep speaking.
Oh.
Yeah, so we've got gong baths. Libby will be running her mediumship development course, which is a 6-week course. All sorts of things. I can't think off the top of my head now.
Did you say gong bath?
Yeah.
Mediumship? Oh, not mine. I meant the readers that we have coming in.
We also have
well.
tarot reader coming in. All available to book. So
get in contact with the tutors. Oh, past life regression session.
Past life
Teresa.
Yes, anybody saw that our Q&A with Teresa Brown, and she is running past life regression sessions. I had a real problem saying that.
She's got a workshop, hasn't she?
Yeah, it's a workshop
where you will experience a past life regression session.
Do you know the date of it? It's all on our Facebook page or in our events calendar. So go check it out, guys. Anyway, thank you ever so much for spending your Friday evening with us. And
if you found this useful, please share it with your friends.
She is sat right here. You just can't see her in the screen. Yes, if you like the video, love what we do, please share. Sharing is caring.
And you might help somebody. You know, some of you guys have been helped this evening.
Nobody can see you.
I know, but that's okay. If you share it with your friends, they can watch it in their own time and, you know, maybe helped as well.
Yeah. Perfect.
So, I'll shut up then.
And don't forget, if you're going to come to the live sale on Friday, click that you're going so that you can be entered into a prize draw.
The event's not created yet, but I will do it ASAP.
It's not. She's going to do it now. So, lovely to see you all. And thanks for spending your evening with us. See you soon. Bye.